back here and having the opportunity to kick off this season. You got the first touchdown for 2023. Just what it means to you to be here, to be in orange, and to start off the scoring.
To be in orange, it means the world to me, you know. I'm still here through everything, you know, and scoring the first touchdown, that doesn't really mean anything. I want to just thank the line and everybody. We all, as a team, you know, everybody just broke out today and had a great game today.
Emily in front.
Garrett, just your overall sense of the offense after game one, it felt like you were really able to spread the ball around to all of your receivers today. Just what did you think went well?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see a lot of different guys get in the end zone. But overall, I thought it was the first game, and we did some good things. There's a lot of stuff we got to clean up, and but it's especially considering the circumstances and how many guys we've had moving around and just from injuries in camp. And I thought we did well, and obviously we put up a bunch of yards. Defense did a great job today, special teams in all three phases. So the scoreboard reflected that well, but I thought we did a good job.
And a mark in front.
Garrett, and just physically, how do you feel coming out of the game with your elbow and all that? You're on the pitch count preseason. How do you feel?
I feel great. I mean, I wish I could have played a little bit longer. And going into halftime, they were talking about taking me out, but I was like, I'm not going out because I threw that pick, and I was like, I'm not ending on that. So they're like, all right, give you one more drive. So I went down and we got to go score again. So that was nice. But I feel great.
Mario in back.
Garrett, how more comfortable are you getting with this wide receiving core besides Aronde?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys, and it takes everybody, but just everybody's, you know, it's just another year of having the same system is the biggest thing, having that time, the reps, and even with missing spring and being limited in fall camp, it's just everybody's together for one more year. And that's why so many guys are scoring, so many guys are touching the ball and producing. And I think hopefully we can continue to keep this track even as we start playing in-conference teams and better opponents. But I mean, I thought it was a good start to the season, and there's definitely stuff to clean up, but you know, there's a lot of good as well.
Over to Josh.
Garrett, I think a lot of us noticed, and even Coach Baber's remarked about it, you picking your spots a little bit more in terms of using your legs and getting out and avoiding some of those big hits. Was that a you thing, a conscious decision by you, something that the staff brought to you, was kind of a mixture of both?
Yeah, I mean, a mixture of both is, and there's going to be times and places when you got to go get a first down, and just knowing that, or if you got the yardage you need, just get down and play the next play and not have to take all the unnecessary hits because they're going to happen, and that's just the nature of the game playing quarterback. But yeah, just making sure taking a little bit of load and stress off of you when you don't need it.
Garrett, you must be pleased with the fast start the team got off to today. How do you feel about being able to spread the ball around to many different receivers?
It's awesome. It's fun. And, I mean, we were joking on the sideline because I think OG had 5 targets out of our first 6 attempts. And I was like, well, we can't be doing that too much. But it was nice to see all those guys get in the end zone, especially the younger guys and guys that are good players and just need a little confidence, in-game confidence. And so hopefully that does dividends for later on down the season. We just got to take it one day at a time. But, I mean, I'm happy with how we performed, and we got to get this stuff cleaned up and get ready for next week.
Garrett, what did you see from Carlos and the other backup quarterbacks today?
Yeah, it was nice to see them get some run. We were also joking. I was like, how come I have to throw the ball 24 times to get these yards? And he throws 3 balls and, you know, has like 200 yards of offense. I was like, come on, guys. But that's what happens when you execute and the guys are making blocks. And but getting the yards after catch, that's awesome. It's awesome to see, especially the guys who are doing it. So, but I thought Carlos played well, and then we just cleaned up the turnovers. You know, I had 1, and then we had 2 more. But overall, I thought we played well.
Garrett, you mentioned earlier how you didn't want to come out after that pick to end the first half. So, you know, you guys were up big at that point, but, you know, you marched them right down the field for that touchdown to begin the second half. So, you know, how big is it for you to just end the game on you know, a high like that?
Oh, I was a huge advocate for that, and we kind of had might have been a little bit of an argument, but they understood where I was coming from, and I did not want to come out of the game on an interception. So I'm grateful and glad they let me stay in for one more drive.
Anthony?
This question is for both of you guys. With there being 4 new offensive linemen
how did it feel working behind them for the first time in a game today, from a passing and running standpoint?
I feel like they did their job, you know. All 5 guys, not just 4, all 5 guys did their job today and executed all throughout the game, you know. Even the backups, when they got in, they executed and they knew what they had to do. Film plays a big role.
Garrett, Coach Beck's up in the box this year. I'm just curious if there was any differences there, anything, bumps you had to get over at the beginning of the game versus having him on the sideline with you last year.
I mean, nothing that we haven't repped already. So last year he signaled to us, and this year he's not. So that's we're used to that from all the camp and spring ball. But I mean, just talking on the phone with him after, that's the only difference. But besides that, we're prepared for just the new style and new structure of logistics.
Say a couple more for the guys. We'll start with Mario and back.
LeQuint, I'll yell this one. 2 months ago, you're sitting at home, and what's going through your mind as you're crossing the end zone today and kind of putting all that stuff behind you today?
As soon as I got back, it been behind me, you know. I crossed the end zone. I was just, I was happy, but, you know, I was just trying to get more and just help the team win and be the piece, you know, of the team.
And then last question from Dennis in the second row here.
Garrett, you talked about getting the ball out to a bunch of different receivers. Just how you've seen them excel through the spring into just workouts in the summer and the fall, and how this unit has truly grown to be a bunch of weapons for you.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with, well, when you see one person get a bunch of catches and everybody else wants to get them, but the biggest thing is just the confidence, and they know that I have a lot of trust in them and each one of those guys, and just knowing their role within the offense. And when they can do that well and maximize that and the spots that they're in, the routes that they're running, and they know how to run those to the best against different defenses, and it just builds trust with them. And when they know that I trust them, I'll give them a chance. And even if they may not be open, you know, I'll give them a chance and throw it up to them just so they can make a play, and knowing that they'll come down with it more times than not. So I think that's the biggest thing with our chemistry this year, is I've noticed, is it's just those guys, when they know you trust them, they'll definitely come down with the ball a lot more, and they capitalize on those opportunities.